Hey, so it's Saturday evening and I thought I would just do a YouTube video because I can talk for longer and you all know I'm good at that. So I'm in Portugal. For those of you that are just catching up, I had been planning a 2-week trip, about 2 weeks, since April, to come to Portugal to explore it because the healthcare that I have to pay for every month is continually rising, and it's really shitty healthcare, and I have at least 10 more years until I qualify for Medicare. My husband now qualifies for Medicare, and I guess he just got a better plan, but he was paying a good amount per month anyway. So our healthcare system in America is really awful, especially for those that are self-employed. For those of you that maybe are not self-employed and don't realize how costly it actually is, I pay for an MVP bronze plan. This year I paid $515 a month. It only covers my well visit, so my annual gynecological and my annual medical appointments, and that's it. Anything else is out of pocket until I hit a deductible of $6,800 for the calendar year. Knock on wood, I'm not sick, I don't have cancer, I don't have any of these things that could cause me to spend a lot of money out of pocket, but I did have to have a routine test this past year, and nobody could give me the price on it, so I went ahead and did it, and it was, several $100s that I had to pay that I did not expect to pay, in addition to that $515 per month, and then $6,800 for the calendar year. So if I were to get cancer or to have something happen to me where I needed routine care, I could not do that. I could not, every year I would have to meet a $6,800 deductible. They have just raised it from $515 to $640 or something a month, and I'm basically trying to not have to pay for it. I want to get catastrophic coverage, but it appears that I'm not eligible for that. So anyway, the long and the short of that is that one of the main reasons why I'm looking at possibly having citizenship in a country abroad or residency in a country abroad is to access more affordable quality healthcare. And I know there's a lot of debate on that, but I've researched it pretty heavily and I think I know what I'm doing. Portugal is one of the countries that's the easiest to get citizenship in. Not easy, but quickest, I guess. You can do it in about 5 years. They recently made it less tax friendly for people to emigrate here or to live here and have residency. I am by no means an expert on Portugal or being an expat or any of that, but I'm learning and going along. So anyway, I wanted to explore this country. So I've been here. I started out in Porto and I'm going to fly home from Porto. And I really, really liked Porto. And I was just in Cascais, which to me, it looks like it's spelled Cascade, but it's Cascais or Cascais. It's really kind of hard to say. It's one of those Portuguese words that I would need to learn. And I really did like it there too, although I felt like maybe it was a little bit more touristy. I just came today into Faceta. Now, Faceta was recommended to me on a forum as a small little village with a cute little downtown. It looks pretty run down. I only got here in the dark. I don't feel unsafe at all. I haven't felt unsafe at all in my visit. I just feel like this kind of town looks a little bit down and out, but to be fair, I'm only seeing it in the dark right now. So we'll see how that compares. And this town is down in the Algarve, which is the region that is most attractive to me because it's more sunny, it's more warm. Even though I will say people warned me, and you can see how bundled up I am, they warned me that inside these old stone buildings, it's very cold and damp. And it's not cold outside, really cold outside. It's only like 60 something, maybe high 50s right now because it's about 8:30 here p.m. And it's chilly inside, even with the heat on. So that could be a determining factor for me. But in any case, I think in the next video, I might compare and contrast the 3 places that I've been once I get a feel for this place tomorrow. But I rented a car so that I could have a car down here. I wasn't going to rent it until Monday, but I wound up renting it today from the Lisbon airport. I was nervous about that. That went really smoothly. It's a manual car. I haven't driven a stick shift in a long time, but I did fine with that, and it's adorable. But 1 hour north of here, the check engine light came on. And here I am, I'm getting here in the dark. I stopped at a place for lunch, another little fishing village that I thought maybe I might want to explore. I'm not sure, I didn't get a chance to see much of it because I just stopped for lunch. And no one there spoke English. Very friendly, very nice, but they screwed up my order and they didn't put it in. So I wound up staying there probably for almost close to 2 hours. And I had to get the heck out of there so that I could get down here before dark, because I knew I was going to be parking a car not in front of where I'm staying, because you can't park on these narrow little streets, and I would have to, get settled, and I didn't want to do that in the dark. Well, I wound up having to do it in the dark, and I also had check engine light on the cute little Fiat for a whole hour. So I hope that it starts tomorrow. By the grace of God, I made it here without having to call anybody and wait on the side of a highway in Portugal in the dark for the car. So thank God that all worked out okay. So now the car is over in a parking lot. From what I can tell, it looks like it's free parking. There's no signage whatsoever. There's other cars there. So hopefully it will still be there tomorrow morning. It's Sunday. I don't think they have a wrecker around. But tomorrow I will have to get up early and make sure the car starts, and make sure it's still there, and check out this town during the daylight hours. So I think that was my day. It was kind of nerve-wracking, but all in all, things went really well. I met the sweetest, it's not Uber, it's called Bolt here. They do have Uber too. But I met the sweetest Bolt driver today, about 27 years old, super, super friendly, speaks excellent English, and learned it all just by being an Uber driver. So I told him that he really should get a job working with Rick Steves for the tours. I do miss being on a tour in some ways, because they tell you where you're going to go every day, and they orient you to towns, and they tell you things that you don't really know about. So I'm doing a ton of research. Like right now I'm sitting here with my notebook so that I can write down what I want to see while I'm down here, so I don't miss anything. And they also teach you all of the formalities, like how to use the metro, how to avoid strikes, things like that I kind of wasn't able to handle so well on my own. So I do still enjoy being on a tour for sure. But this has been an experience being here on my own, and I recommend it. I think it's really kind of cool, but I also say, definitely do more research. I didn't get a lot of time to do a ton of research on this trip, because I'm somebody who waits till the last minute anyway. And then my dad's wife passed away in June, the end of June. So I was back and forth to Florida many, many times. And, I just didn't have the bandwidth to really plan a lot of it. So I feel like I'm a little bit under the 8 ball here. And I have a couple more nights I still need to reserve, which I better get going on doing that too, or I'm not going to have a place to stay towards the end of my visit. Anyway, that's enough for now. Hopefully this is interesting to you. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. If it's not, you don't have to watch. That's why I put it on YouTube. So have a great night, and I will update again. Take care.